Welcome back everyone to the Hello World Guide. This is episode number 10 of the Flappy Bird series in Unreal Engine. And if you remember, in the last video we created a UI for our game over screen. So in this video we are actually going to implement that screen. So how are we going to do that? Well, for doing that, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to open up the obstacle, because that's where we are actually killing the player. So in here I'm going to go under here and delete this delay and quit game. And what I am actually going to do is now I'm going to take this and let's try to get we want to actually have a game HUD. So I want to implement this inside of the game HUD. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the game HUD. Actually this is the game mode, not the game HUD. Alright, so you need to open up the game HUD, and since this is related to UI, we are going to do this here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, after adding to the player screen, I'm going to just go ahead and hit create widget. So I'm going to use widget, create widget, and for this we are going to choose our game over and game, whatever you call it, and we are going to promote this to a variable called end game UI. We are not going to add this to the screen yet. So what we are going to do is we are going to go add in a custom event here, and let's call it something like and show let's display game over. Call it that. And what we are going to do in here is we are going to get our end game UI and we are going to add to player screen, and let's just implement that and hit compile. And what we need to do is we need to call this method. Now if I actually try to go ahead and try to get to the HUD, it won't work. So we need to first get let's actually we should implement this inside of the bird. So here I have opened up the bird, and I'm going to just go ahead and add in a custom event here called die. And what this event is going to do is it's going to go ahead and we are going to call this event from here. So we are going to call die after playing the sound. Like that. Let's put this here, and let me actually move this down so that it looks a bit more organized. Alright, so what we are going to do in here is that we are going to take this die event and in here I'm going to basically get HUD, our HUD, or maybe you can say something like get HUD, but that won't work. So you need to first get controller, the player controller, and then get the HUD from that. So now with this HUD, what we can do is we can take this and we can take the return value and we can cast that to game HUD, and we can connect that, and now we can use our game HUD to do whatever we want. One thing that I think we should do is that we should take this play sound and cut this from here, because that should also be in the bird function, and we are going to add that inside of here. Like that. And now what we are going to do is we are going to take this game HUD and we are going to basically go ahead and say display game over. Now you can see that works and we do get our game on screen, but it's kind of really weird. So you can see basically that what happens is that if I actually hit him, you can see that the game is over, but the game is still continuing in the background, and I can actually flap if I want to and just go through everything, and it doesn't really matter that the game is over now. So obviously we need to change that. So how are we going to do it? Well, first let's go ahead and go under this, and in here we need to change these things a couple of bit and add a couple of new functions here. So I'm basically going to take these and stretch this out and make a little bit of space, and in here we are going to use set game paused, and we are going to set the game to be paused. Now as soon as I do that, what you should see is that we cannot control our player anymore, and it looks kind of perfect. You can see, you can see that looks great, but obviously currently we do not have it, so that you can't actually use your mouse which is bad. Now for that, what we are going to do is we are going to go under our bird, and I'm going to just basically get our player controller and just set show mouse cursor to be true. Now if I do that, what you should see is that we have got everything working. So our player is if he does this, you can see that that works, but obviously we can't play again the game right now, so that's really simple to implement. Just need to open up the UI, and we are going to select the button, then we are going to go down and we are going to choose on clicked. Now once we do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just basically hit open map, open level by name actually, and just set the name to be game map, which is the map of the actual game, and that will basically restart it. So you can see now that we have got everything working. Yeah, so yeah, this was pretty much it for this video. In the next video we'll add more stuff to our game, so make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for that, and share this video with as many people as you can, and bye.